You all carve turned and attacked you right at the start into a werewolf as a full moon, and he fully went in. You guys stopped him and then decided that night, because of the noise that was made, to get away from the hunters and the blah, 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 I think it starts with B. Bleeders. The hunters and the bleeders, you decided to head straight towards the person that your guide was leading you. When you got there, you realized, oh, she's a spider. And after much talking back and forth, um, you potentially were going to do a mission for her. She gave you some poison. Um, and instead of poisoning another colony to get the deathcap mushrooms, as you turned, she noticed Windrin's bow on the back, in which she very much wanted. And so you wheeled and dealed with her, got some troops back to join you, as well as handing her the bow. She did allow you to exchange the bow essentially for the weapon of her son, who wasn't too pleased about it. She sent her daughters up ahead to clear the path for you of all spiders and fungus, as you can more hastily make your way out. So it would take you about a day instead of the longer 2 days to get to where you are. That being said, you have 3 new members from the Red faction with you, and you have Prem from the Band of Blades with you, as you are all headed out of the fungi forest. And that is where we have will pick up.
Mm-hmm. So, if I remember correctly, we the spider's name was like Bianca, right?
Yep.
Okay. Bianca had said that like the forest will basically like make a path for us, or that it would be like a clear path back.
Forest will not make a path for you. The spiders, babies, made a path for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they ran ahead, right?
Yeah.
And cleared. If you listen to the recap, I think I just said this exact thing.
I
That the
recall.
spiders made the path. Okay.
Yeah.
I just didn't hear that. I was just looking back at my notes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess how far is it back?
About a day.
Especially with and what time of day is it right now?
Yeah. So it's nighttime. If you guys head out, you'll make it back by morning.
Okay.
I say we book
Or
it.
make it back by like, if you guys are running or going faster, you make it out by like 10 a.m. If you're gonna travel just normal pace, probably noon is when you would get out to the shore.
Okay. With the spiders, if we can see them clearing stuff, like, are they clearing a path so we don't have to go through a bunch of fungi?
That's correct. Yep.
Okay, so we don't have to. Okay.
Yep. You don't have to watch your steps as much.
If we want to book it, the less nights between Carve and Vine Isle, the better.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think our goal was to kind of just get out of Dodge. Just go to. I've already forgot the name of the island.
Vine Isle, we got to get to.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
So, I can take up the front, kind of scout ahead on the way out, make sure we don't run into anything, and you guys bring up the rear, come on behind.
Lebanon will be in the middle, on the way out, and I think there's no, because my skeletons all have 30-foot walking speed, and I don't really, especially since we're not trying to sneak in any way, shape, or form, and they're clearing a path for us. Like, I don't see any reason not to have my skeletons out, especially as like a rear guard, basically. So I think behind the last party member, I'm gonna have the 10 skeletons. If there's enough room, depending on how wide a path that these spiders are making,
They're making
I'd
a
like-
decent path for you guys.
yeah, I maybe have the skeletons be like side
I
by
would say
side.
it actually looks like this path. Like it's a decent path.
path?
Right? It's like a good 15 foot.
It's I don't see it on my.
Like
Just
the
the
dot.
fungi on the bottom. Yep, that they're clearing for you.
Okay, so okay, wow. So okay,
Oh,
yeah,
sorry, you can't see. Just kidding.
Yeah.
Sorry. There we go.
There we are.
okay, wow. Okay, yeah.
My bad.
Yeah, so then I'd have the skeletons like pretty just kind of spread out behind us.
Probably have Windrin up here too, or like closer to the middle, because he's got that sword that I think the spiders don't like. So less of a chance of us getting attacked. Yeah.
And then we've got what 3 guards, and what happened to the Band of Blades lady?
She's all the way in the back.
Yeah, she's in the back.
Oh, she's there too. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
That being said, as you guys are hustling out, just because of the speed that you're going, you do notice figures in the fungi forest to the right, but they don't seem to be attacking you. They're just watching you guys speedily go through pretty fast. You don't necessarily know why they're not confronting you guys, but they don't seem to. They're not attacking you, at least. It seems that they're just watching.
Here are the spooters.
Speeders.
For a time, as you guys are, more quickly going, they fall behind. You don't really see them anymore, and you're just continuing on out. As you get closer, what you feel like, feel free to stop me if you guys want to do anything else. But as it begins to be morning, it's kind of hard to tell while you're in the forest. Some little beams of light kind of strike through. It's very dense and humid. Again, the ground is very mushy. Just the fungus just seems to hold water. Everything smells rotten and dead. But you guys are able to still have a pretty quick path out as you look ahead and start to see that opening towards the beach. And it would be you made pretty good time overall. And as you get to the beach, it's about 10 o'clock morning. Again, you guys didn't have any long rests or anything like that. But as you get to the beach, Prem lets you guys know, I can't go any farther. I have to go find my sister on the island.
Which
Well, you're the one who knows them, Leben, so let you handle this one.
This is the armored.
This is the big baddie.
Yeah, the big armored blademan.
Oh, he's frozen again.
Golly gee.
There it goes.
They cannot hear you.
He froze on my screen.
Yeah, he's been freezing all night.
I can just hear him because he's right
Yeah.
back there.
Oh, he's in a time lapse.
I guess Win will just make the comment of, well,
Leben's just like,
I don't think it's a good idea because you're gonna have a very tough time, especially with the hunters out there. But
It's true.
What
But
did you say? What happened?
she said the same thing that you were there. She didn't say anything else. Good gracious.
Boy, Ricky.
Right, I'm not frozen anymore, right?
You're
No,
not
no.
gonna-
Okay.
So she said she's gonna look for her sister.
Yeah.
Okay, so 11 would be like which sister?
Tor. Tor's on the island.
Right, hold on. Am I thinking headphones are actually?
She's the only sister I have left.
Oh,
Okay. My condolences.
Things went south on Amazonia Island. The Amazonian women didn't take kindly to other strong women, and we're orcs.
Yeah, maybe you should have consulted us before jumping ship. Maybe it would have been a good thing to do. We could have avoided this eventuality.
True.
Despite that, I must insist which sister is gone, and which is still with us in the land of the living.
Well, I don't see why you're rubbing it in. As I already said, Tor is on the island, which means Trin's gone.
I didn't hear that. As must have been. I think you said that when you cut out.
No worries.
Okay. So, Troy, is that the assassin or the
Well, we're
cleric?
all assassins, but Trin was the magic user of our group.
And Trin is dead.
Trin is dead.
That is very unfortunate.
She did give us a mission to find Turge, of course, to say that she misses him. And wishes they were back on Desert Island once more.
Did you say Turge?
Yep.
Cal's gonna walk up. Wait. Which one of you knows Turge?
We all know Turge.
And how do you know Turge?
My sister and Turge were love interests.
Interesting way of putting it, but I think I get the picture. Well, he's doing fine on Pirate's Cove if you want to go meet up with him after saving your sister.
Oh, Pirate's Cove.
Yep.
Well, I figured he was still a prick.
Oh, and now Joe is frozen. Oh, everyone's frozen for me. Okay. What is going on right now? I'm not back.
No,
What is going on right now?
he's thinking about it.
Anyway,
No, Turge was a prince on Desert Island. Initially, he had asked Trin to stay with him and live with him, but she would have to give up her sisters. And ultimately, she said no.
now he's out running a village out in the desert portion of Pirate's Cove. He's got a
Well,
whole
the
bunch of
thing
people
that
getting
knows
together.
how to pull people together, it's Turge. I think he'll do well. But thank you for that information. I'll have to let Tor know.
Yeah, they could probably use the help out there.
Where did you last see Dor?
Well, we were hoping to get some poison to kill some people. And, well, Tor's much more nimble than I am. And we ran into some spiders. And I couldn't. Tor was slashing him left and right, but I couldn't quite. I was getting caught up in web after web.
Oh,
I was breaking free, but it was so hard, and then last thing I knew, I was caught and getting wrapped up, and Tor was yelling and fighting, and they were dragging me away.
Levin, do you by chance have a way to contact Tor?
I was just thinking that myself.
Can you?
I think I do.
That'd be extremely helpful.
I've not used this yet. I've been working on it in my magical studies. But I'll give it a shot. With that, Levin will cast Sending. To Tor. And it will be let's see, from Leben de Mer
You're literally saying from Lebanon.
Yep. From Leben de Mer.
Okay.
25 words.
Are
you alive?
Yeah. Does the spell connect with her? Can I tell that? Or
Yeah.
is it just,
You don't know unless they respond.
unless she responds? Yeah.
Are you alive? If so, where? Your sister is looking.
Yeah. Well, I want to specifically state where we are, so she could possibly get to us as well.
I don't think that.
From Levin to Mare.
Yeah. So from Levin to Mare.
We're gonna be moving.
Are you alive?
If so, where is 9 words.
If so, where?
Your sister is
Trin.
Okay, Trin is looking. That's 3 more. That's
Is
12.
looking.
We've still got 13 words.
One second.
I don't know why he's worried. I have no clue why he's worried.
I'm not worried. I'm just figuring it out.
What edge of the island are we on?
Yeah,
North,
I was gonna
south,
say.
west?
I was gonna say. Yeah, we are on the
North
whichever
side.
edge. We are on the north shore.
Okay.
Yep.
So from Levin to
What-
Mare, are you alive? If so, where? Trin is looking. We are on the north shore of Mushroom Isle.
Yeah. I'd say with
Trin.
Trin. Yeah, with Trin. Anything else? I guess. Do you think you can make it to us?
Sure. A little bit of time passes. What seems like maybe a minute, but really is a couple seconds, actually. Trin's alive. Where is she? I am headed to Vine Isle to kill Gaes.
Well, I just see
Currently
Levin's
on
face, like, just
south of the island.
Yeah. Hold on just a second. Hold on.
Currently on the south of the island.
Go through the owl ear things of like. Yeah.
Her last bit is
have
headed your
another
way.
sending. You can tell her to wait for us there, and we can pick her up.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking. Currently on south of island. Going to kill Gaes. On way. Okay. Levin will cast it again and say it would probably be faster, or it would be faster for us to take our ship around the island and pick you up.
We have Trin
Yeah, we have Trin.
with us. We're not. We didn't kidnap her. She's
Right.
here for her own free will.
Yeah. We have Trin with us of her own free will.
She's looking for
Sure,
you.
sure.
Yeah, she's looking for you.
Her response: if Trin's alive, then we need to go get Trem from the spiders. Can you meet in the middle of the island?
Oh wait, Trin is dead.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've
is
been
the
using the
person that
wrong
we
game
have-
the whole time.
Yep.
Darn it.
That's why there's a journal.
And also the person literally that was.
I wrote
put in
down
front of-
Trin of the Band of Blades is dead. I didn't write down.
We
People are still alive.
recovered, saved,
Yeah.
Trem. If this
Trem-
guy gets
yeah.
us in trouble,
Trem. Gosh.
Win is not going to be happy. Not when. Win.
Fine, I'll cast another third level spell.
Yeah.
Holy schmolies.
Not Trim. Trem. Sorry.
Yeah.
Trim
Basically.
is very dead.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
He'll
what
just.
Trem was telling us.
Yeah. He'll just give a clarification. Got the names mixed up. Trin is dead still. Trem is with us. We got her from the spiders,
Yeah.
and we will sail around.
We are also heading Divine Isle.
Yeah, we're also at a Divine Isle. We can sail around and pick you up on the south side of that.
Okay. Her response comes in. I'm very disheartened to hear that Trin is not with you. Glad Trem's okay. Least favorite of sisters. I don't. Sand sharks make it hard to wait. I don't know how many words should I, how much would I say?
You get 25 words. I wasn't
Yeah,
counting.
thank you.
So what you're saying is we need to hurry.
Can we meet in middle?
Of the island?
Mm-mm.
That's what she's asking.
Did she say of the island?
Yes, that's what she means. Essentially, and you know from what the guy told you, Callian, you know that the south side of the island is a desert fungus, but it's very dangerous to be there, because and you get from what she's saying sand sharks.
How long would it take us to sail around?
Yeah.
About a day.
Okay. Is our ship out?
Assuming you're
at
gonna
this beach?
try to dodge, your ship's a little bit out,
Okay.
and assuming you're gonna try to dodge all of the fungi, glowing pieces out in the waters near the.
Why did Lemonwood turn to Trem and ask her, why didn't you tell us this when we were back inland? Why'd you wait till now?
Well, I figured she would be in the middle of the island with the mushroom then. That's why I was.
So, if you would have told us when we were in there, then we wouldn't have to go all the way back across.
Listen, I was happy to be free of not being webbed and thinking about getting eaten, okay? I was just trying to focus on getting away. Alright, is that so understandable? Yeah, I know I'm big on the outside. I was a little scared.
I see why she's the least favorite sister. I'm gonna start walking out and start getting the ship ready.
Do you remember where it is?
Don't. You said it's still a ways out. We can see it from out here, can we?
It's invisible.
Oh, it is invisible.
Yeah.
Do I remember where it is?
Leben remembers where it is. He has keen
I
mind.
bet we remember
Out.
exactly
Where is it,
yeah.
Leben?
I would
It's right
remember
there.
Okay.
where it is. Do we have to like point?
What did Tor say? Where you guys spoke to her?
She's on the south side of the island.
Ooh, going to the desert fungi.
And
I wonder why she didn't just stay with the middle. What if plans changed?
she wants to meet in the middle.
Okay. All right. We can do
Why?
that.
Of the island. But that would require us to travel back through all the fungi.
It does not require us to travel through. Hold on. Wynn is going to ask, why are we committing to this or agreeing to this? Our objective is to go to
We're
Vine
not-
Isle.
Levin shakes his head in agreement. Like, I agree. We don't, it's not necessarily of our concern, but
Yeah.
You guys are
How
headed to
lo-
Vine Isle?
yes.
Yes. How long would it take to fly? For Wynn to fly, like over or around this island?
Yeah, it on a typical day where you've gotten rest, it wouldn't be as bad. You're a little tired, but to fly up over top would be doable. The only thing is, you don't know if there's any creatures around, right? You'd have to battle anything that is near, potentially going back into the forest from above. Like you said, they are, like we talked about, they are very tall mushrooms, very tall trees.
I would fly like pretty, like far up.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to get close because of any spores. Like
It would be probably pretty windy up higher, but
yeah.
you could always try. It'd be hard to see anything though. Down in the caps would essentially cover all the floors of.
Okay. Okay. Did wow, I can't remember. Levin, did you tell us where this person I already forgot the name of the other person. Where she is, the other sister.
Yeah, Tor. Yeah, I'll say that she's on the south side. She wants to meet in the middle.
Like, is she on the coast?
I believe she said coast.
Okay.
When she says meet in the middle, I think she means meet where the mushroom men are.
Sure. This is what it
I'll
comes
tell you
down
what, if you guys
I mean-
listen, I'm not asking you guys to come with by any means, but I'll go to my sister. If you guys are headed to Vine Isle, we have a mutual location that we're both headed. We have a job to do per our contracts, and I mean we might have to split from there for other contract places, but
Are they still in shape to fulfill these contracts? Missing a member and all, but
yeah, I mean, she doesn't look too beat up. She's mostly she looks hungry. She looks really tired. You can definitely tell that. Not that you can smell fear, but it does. I mean, she was terrified to be eaten by a spider. So
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
What do you guys have to bargain with? 'Cause I don't think we're open to just risking all of our lives for free.
we really
Even for
we don't keep
passage.
much. We don't keep much on us. We're just assassins. We don't get paid until the job's done. I mean, if you guys want someone killed, I think you guys already put a name on there, but
Group huddle.
I can show
Well,
you the list.
it would be the old rabbit, the cap, the carve, and myself. That's about it. Because Cal is on the ship.
Yeah, Cal's already gone. Okay. Well, in that case, Levin will just talk to Windred.
I mean, well, let's see.
Yeah.
I can kind of replenish a bit of my energy and hunger with a good berry.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, if we really want to do this, I'd rather try to do this quick.
Right.
Or I would prefer to do this quickly. And even if I need to fly, like, if I can just pick up the person or fly around them and maybe do a, maybe even do like a. Oh no, that wouldn't work.
Yeah, you
I guess I
can't.
draw. I guess I draw in the sand like. If you know, if the person's over here, like if I fly around like this, and you guys follow, if I get there first, I can return and meet you guys on the way, or something.
Yeah, but I don't think you can carry. I don't think you can carry a person while flying.
I would have
any
to like
significant distance.
drop. I'd have to get rid of all my armor and everything probably.
Even then, it'd be a tough.
I mean, it would be like a 2-day travel to the middle.
The other thing is, we really need to get this carved stuff sorted pretty quickly.
Yeah, we just don't have time.
There's not. Yeah, yeah.
I mean, we could go to Vine Isle. What's the distance between on the southern end, or like
3
on
days.
let's say the western end,
Oh, sure.
on the western side of the isle? Like, what's the distance from there to Vine Isle? Travel.
2.5 days.
2.5 days. So what if we leave you to go meet up with your sister? We go to Vine Isle, take care of our business at Vine Isle,
Yeah.
and then obviously, I mean, we'd be making a lot of extra travel just for you.
Mm.
Come back, get you, drop you off at Vine Isle, and then we can part ways from there. Obviously, we would like some kind of compensation for that.
Right, and I told you we're willing to put a name on the list, or if that works for you. I mean, our jobs don't come cheap. There's a lot of people's names on this list that are pricey.
Sailing these seas is.
There's also a lot of people's
Yeah.
names on that list, which makes me think it'll take you guys a significant amount of time and effort before you're able to get to any of them.
Oh, well. I think we're doing a pretty good job. We had a slight setback on Amazonian Isle, but
Slight.
Right. Well.
Can we, just for preliminary, can we see the list?
I trust you guys. I'll show you the list.
Where's the soundboard? Here it is.
Updated list.
It's Morbin time.
Oh snap! Oh gosh! Didn't kill hit the
What?
farmer yet.
Well, I mean, no, like literally no, because they're on this island. But I mean, they can if the world runs its course.
Yeah.
It's this river. Is this?
Hero.
Wow.
Tide Riders. Gulak.
Oh, they haven't.
Did Gulak get shadowed?
I
Is that
thought
when
he
we delivered the shadows?
did. Yeah.
That Gulak's dead, isn't he?
Or
But he just
Not
gets
that I-
deposed.
Not that we've seen.
He got deposed, right? Didn't he?
Yep.
I thought he like died or something. I don't remember the specifics.
He went into the
I don't
desert
have-
with you guys. Not with you guys, but
yeah, he.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. He's
Yeah.
kind of exiled. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
now, that being said, you guys know that obviously he also had a mark from Gaes. He got shadowed. His time is coming. You guys saw, as you were sailing, a very large creature flying towards Pirate Cove when you guys left.
Well,
I don't remember that at all.
I'm gonna. Okay.
Yeah.
This is. I guess Cal's not here, so this is Damien
Mhm.
speaking.
I mean, Cal could come back and be like, hey guys, what's the hold up here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
sure.
I don't. I think we're. Win is
Yeah.
gonna just say like we can't
Okay.
like we don't have enough time. we
I'm
should
gonna-
keep
So
moving.
these guys are like known assassins. He's gonna like huddle up here with Windrin and Levin real quick. He's gonna be like,
Mhm.
we probably want to kill Gaius after we get the curse removed. Like, I feel like that's an objective we share with them.
Yeah.
So having them there for help probably would be pretty nice.
That's true. I mean, but once we get the thing removed, do we really care what happens to Gaius? I mean, she doesn't do anything to us. I mean,
Yeah, well, Fenrith is. We saw what happened to the thing went to collect.
oh, that's true. That's
Fenrith is
true.
marked.
They are connected to. Yeah, they are connected with Fenrith.
Care about Fenrith.
Yes.
Yes. So probably
Okay.
gonna wanna.
You guys do know
Okay.
Fenrith doesn't have a shadow currently.
Yes.
Right. Currently.
Currently, shadows with Gaius.
So. Okay. I'm assuming you don't have any message spells left.
I could. It just means that we'd have to kill some skeletons tonight. But we can kill some skeletons.
Harv,
You
get
just
over
gained
here and
three new
recharge
crew
Levin.
members.
So how about this? So it sounds like Windrin, tell me if you agreed. We let Trem go, meet up with her sister, get to the western side of Fungi Isle. We go to Vine Isle. We do take care of our business with Gaius. Come back to Fungi Isle, pick them up, bring them over to Vine Isle. We all fight Gaius together. Move on from there.
That
It doesn't seem great to me, to be honest.
that's not great. I'm gonna be.
Yeah.
I'm.
How,
It
uh,
seems like extra step. And I honestly, I doubt the Band of Blades' capabilities in actually getting there. They already failed once, right? One person already got captured once. Like, I do not think their chances of meeting in the middle and then getting to the western edge, I do not think those are good chances. And we'd just be sailing around for nothing.
You said Tor was already saying they were headed to Vine Isle. Do they have a way to get there?
Yeah, how do they have a ship?
I'm gonna ask Trem. Like, do you guys have a ship or something? Do you guys
Yeah.
have a way to get to Vine Isle?
We had a ship, for sure. Wasn't a great ship, but well, we were hoping to get the Red Faction ship, but by the time we got up there, it was gone. But
How
We
did
have
you
a
get
ship.
here?
we actually caught a ride.
With who?
Well, if you must know, it was with where's their name? Klugru Boo Staple
Okay, I don't know that name.
is who we got a ride here with.
I do think our best bet would be them hanging on to the South Shore till nighttime, like until we get there. But
Yeah, because this we only saw a little bit of this island, and it's challenging. Traversing it.
Well, Rick,
It might be challenging, but it does hold a lot of power. There are poisons and health benefits, and
Just to try to do her best to survive until we get around the island.
I mean, we already got poison.
if there's anyone I trust to survive, it's definitely Tor.
Yeah. Well, we already. I'll just say we got poison and stuff from Vine Isle already.
Sure.
So we're not Vine Isle, Fungi Isle. So I guess if you want to brave this island
Yeah,
yourself,
yeah.
that's up to you. But I think
The odds of
you'll
success,
have,
I
yeah,
don't think
you'll
are
have our
that high
help
trying
if we
to
just
like
go
traverse
around the
this
island.
island.
We
But
will try to make it there by the time you guys
that
do.
is just
If
my
we don't,
observation.
then I hope our paths meet again.
Wait,
All right.
wait. Try to make it where? By the time
Oh,
we leave.
she's gonna try and cross the
All I
island,
know
meet
is
up with
all
Tor,
I know is
and
we
meet
need
us on the
to
south side with Tor.
head to Vine Isle.
She just said it'd be 2 days to get across. There's no way she can make it in
I think
time.
any further delays
You guys could
will
get
just
you
add
guys could get
complication.
delays.
That's what I'm saying. Have Trim not go across the aisle. She's not gonna survive that.
Oh,
Stay with us. We'll drop you off on the south side.
No, not drop off. We'll pick up Tor on the south side.
Yeah, right.
Oh, sure.
Tell Tor to wait out the night, do whatever she can to stay alive, and we'll stop by and pick her up. I think this is the obvious best move.
Well, the issue is the only one here who can contact Tor is you. I'm pretty sure, Levin.
Sure. That's fine. I can contact her and tell her to stay.
Okay, then that's a good deal. Go ahead.
Okay, and then in exchange you help us. I just want to make sure we're good with this, guys. Then
I froze, so I don't know what's.
who has? Levin asks, who are you gonna collect the bounty from to kill Gaius?
That is a great question. Let me look up the Band of Blades stuff here.
Basically, what Levin's gonna ask is, we pick you up, you help us kill Gaius, we get part of the bounty. Depending on where you need to go to collect it. If not,
you are part of the bounty. That's up to Tor. But
if not, then we get to add a name.
Oh, let's do that. Let's do add a name. Add a name. Would you like to add?
I prefer part of the bounty, actually.
I don't think I can give up part of the bounty. Sorry.
Not to mention, if you guys have collected so many bounties, where are you keeping all the loot?
All the rewards.
Yeah.
The goodies.
And I'm not actually asking to know where your stash is. All I'm saying is that if you can just pay us money, I think we would prefer that. So if we need to take you somewhere such that you can pay us, that could be arranged.
I see. Well, Tor doesn't really like me making the decisions, but I'm always okay with going to a free ride down to the south of the island. Surely Tor can last another night.
Fantastic.
And go from there.
We should be there by like noon or midnight.
Sounds good. All right. Levin will spend a 4th level spell slot
Ooh.
to contact. Do I get more words or something with the 4th? I don't think it's actually upcasting. Which is kind of stupid, honestly. I feel like it would be hard to be like, oh yeah, you get double the words for upcasting or something, but whatever.
Right, like that 5 or 10 words.
Right. Levin will basically say, we are sailing around the island with Trem. Survive best you can on southern shore. We'll be there in a day. We'll make haste. Can you signal us in any way so we know exactly where to pick you up when we get close in about a day?
That's a lot of words.
A better formulation of all of that. Yeah.
True.
Whatever formulation of 25 words gets that information across.
No way to signal, but you'll see me coming.
Sounds good.
Sounds good. Keep Trem safe.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Whoa.
We're sailing. An invisible ship.
Okie
Well, I
dokie.
Do we see the ship when we're on it, or is it still invisible?
You see the ship when you're on it.
Okay.
Yeah. And let me add.
On the way around, can Levin take a short rest? Oh, you said it's going to be a day, so we'll have time for a long rest if it's going to take a day.
You can take. It'll be a day to get around. So you can rest up, assuming there's no battles coming your way. Yeah.
I'm
Okay,
gonna
well.
just take a quick short rest.
But that being said, Levin,
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
as you go to rest, the crystal in your pocket starts to ever so lightly vibrate.
Hello?
Who's there?
I will inspect it magically. If I need to, I'll cast detect magic to see what kind of essence it's giving off. I will study it for a short period of time.
Yeah. So it's hard to tell just by studying it. It definitely is something that hasn't really done before. But it feels similar in nature to when you were trying to send something out of Knowledge Isle. So when you detect magic, if you cast detect magic, it's using an evocation, similar magic being sent from it.
Sent away from it?
It seems like it
Or sent to
has
it?
some away from it, a little bit, like a
Well,
mist.
it looks like, it seems like it's sending something out.
Yep.
Don't love that. Hang on just a second. Vibrating as if it is sending something out.
When Jonathan runs up to you, that is a cool sword. Where did you get that? Where's your bow?
I got it in exchange for the bow.
It just looks so sleek and shiny.
Yeah, it's actually, well, here, have a feel for it.
Kind of grabs it and it's just like doesn't exactly know, kind of like and like does like what typically, This is so cool.
Yeah, it's pretty light.
It's so light. I thought it'd be heavier. He hands it back to you. Is it sharp? Like does it cut really well?
I would think so. I have not tried yet.
It
Okay.
looks very sharp. Yeah.
As it vibrates, sorry, not to cut in, but as it vibrates, and it seems like it's about to magically, especially with my detect magic, like it's sending something out.
Yep.
Lemon would like to try to counterspell it.
Oh, sure. At what level?
Well, I've only got one level spell slot left, so it's going to be a 4th level spell slot.
So the counterspell is what you take when you see a creature within 60 feet of you casting a spell. So the target's a creature in the process of casting a spell. The crystal is not a creature.
And it does not count in like a spell being cast. Okay. In that case, would dispel magic work? If it seems like it's a magical thing that's ongoing, can I cast spell magic at 4th level and disrupt it in that way?
Try to reach for a level higher target. Make an ability check using your spellcasting ability. Yep, you can.
Okay, that is what I will do. And what kind of check is this? Since you have the spell pulled up.
Your spellcasting ability. Make an ability check using your spellcasting ability.
Modifier? Or just spellcast ability?
Nope. No modifier.
I rolled an 8. I've got a +7 to my spell attack, but if it's just my spell ability, then it's going to be +4. So it's either going to be 12 or it's going to be 15.
One second. You cast this as a 4th level spell.
Mm-hmm.
When you cast a spell using when a spell slot of 4th level or higher, you automatically end the effects of a spell on the target if the spell's level is equal to or less than the level of the spell slot being used. Let me roll for this. Crystal's a powerful thing, so I'm going to see how much power it's going to use for this.
Outputting.
Yeah. All right. So, at first, as you cast a spell magic on it, it seems to really start to shrink back in. As it starts to vibrate more and more, all of a sudden it really pulsates out.
Okay, so it's
Looks
unsuccessful.
like you're able to stop it.
Okay. Well, is it a continuous thing that it's constantly doing, or does it do that and then stop?
It does that and then it stops.
It stops. Okay, well. Something got sent out. I don't know what. Lebanon would notify the crew, or not the whole crew, or specifically our group, now that our crew is ginormous.
It's
And
quite crowded for you guys on this ship with 13 members. Really, comfortably 10. It just seems like, when you're in like a really small kitchen, you turn around and someone's right. Trying to move around. It's just that's the feel. It just feels very claustrophobic, except up in the nest up top, of course.
yeah.
I'm up in the nest, yippee.
Yeah.
Taking a nap.
But that being said, I need everyone to roll a perception check. It is a sunny day. Good wind out here. Decently high waves, but just roll a perception check.
Cal
Does
is
smell
currently
anything
taking
weird?
a short rest.
Yeah.
So
Perception.
Do you want me to roll
Come
perception
on.
even though I'm taking a long rest?
If you guys are down, then no. Anyone that's taking rests, then no perception check.
Yeah, I'm up top.
So
Yeah.
I'm out.
Let's go.
Cal's like, wake me up if something happens.
That is 21.
Okay, 21. All right, Windrin, you see a fair ways out 2 ships kind of headed not in your direction, but definitely this way in general. They have these nice big purple sails with a nice windy purple flag on top.
Boy.
We are currently invisible, but we should probably not engage.
But if they are purple faction, then they probably would be able to detect us anyway. If they have any kind of magical capability, but Levin doesn't see it, so Levin doesn't know. I don't know if Wynn would think of that.
Barb also spots them.
Okay. Yeah, I would probably just inform people who are up.
Carv is
On the
gonna come
ship.
downstairs. Hey guys, there's purple ships out there. I know that you guys were purple faction people. Should we wait for them to catch up, or?
Okay.
And then you hear
Levin would.
Jonathan, in fact, pipe up. Say, "Oh, purple people stopped at the orphanage, and they were adopting younger children. All of the children actually to be, except for me.
You want to be a child
Yeah.
soldier, kid? That's how you become a child soldier.
Were they? That sounds
They
weird.
seem really nice.
Well,
That sounds suspicious.
Yeah, Lemon would, after waking up,
Adopting kid.
I assume I can have a conversation without interrupting my long rest. Right? It's only if I like cast spells or do something strenuous.
If Purple Faction catches up, your long rest will be interrupted. But I'll let you get up, have a quick combo, and go back.
Okay. Basically, what it comes down to is we should try to avoid them
Okay.
if we can.
Carv will tell that away, May. Who?
if only on the grounds that currently Levin and I are kind of wanted by them.
Yeah, we're not on good standing with them.
We're not supposed to. We definitely should not.
Carv says, but I mean, do they really know? I mean, does the group here know?
Probably not, but I'm going to be honest. They're not the kind of people I want to get involved with.
But we're a strong group. We can pretty much take anybody. I'm not saying we meet up. I'm just saying.
I'm not even saying fight them. I don't even want to hold a conversation with them. I'll be honest.
If we were in a better position, if there was only one ship of theirs, if it was one-on-one, and if we were at full strength, then maybe I would consider stopping and talking with them, and we would just stay below deck. If they would be interested in that, but in the state that we're in now, with them having two ships, they're magic users like me. They're very powerful. They could be very powerful.
Sure.
Because magic-wise, Leben here was assistant to one of the best of the best in the Purple Faction. He kind of, he'd hold his own pretty well against them, but
if I was at full strength, but I'm not. We should try to use our invisibility and just get by. And if they look like they might be able to track us still, if they can, I think we just try to outrun them.
Absolutely, we're on it. May, take us away from them, but to our destination of Vina. What if they're headed to Vina Isle?
I mean, we're currently going to the south side of Fungi, right?
Yeah, we're headed in opposite directions, so.
Right.
Well, if they're headed
That's
to
fair.
Vine Isle, let's hope.
Because Levin, why are you headed?
Ahead.
Why did you want to go to Vine Isle
To get
again?
Runewood,
Which is like what? Magic wood?
pretty much. Wood that can act as magical conduit.
Huh. I don't know. Just an interesting thought.
They're headed in the opposite direction, right? They're not headed towards Vine Isle.
They're headed almost like they would be going right over Reefhan.
Right. Can you switch to the map?
Yes, I can. And that being said, one thing I forgot to say is May got a new map from her buddy at the saloon.
Oh!
So I wanted to take us through the progression of the maps that we have had. So this was our very first one.
Christy got a sneak peek at this.
Chrissy got a sneak peek at this. This was our very first one
Man, this looks
that we had.
so bare.
That went to this.
Nice.
All right. That then went to this, which is when we left Pirates Cove, right before we left Pirates Cove, to now this.
Ooh.
Oh.
So this is the
There's
current
the-
map.
The Ragers?
There it is, right here.
Oh, yeah. And there's also some fog up here that we went through.
Yep. Yep, there it is.
We really getting hit
Oh,
with
and there's
all the fog. Oh, yeah, the cave we stopped at, the rock tree.
What the crap
One
is
eye.
this?
What? Oh.
Fish?
You know what that is? That's Turkfish.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So map you started with, cha-ching. current map you have.
Go from Island 1 to Ragers. Who are the Ragers? I'm assuming this is like where Bryony and her crew is headed to fight.
Nope. Bernie and her crew are headed to Yin Yang.
Ahead of you.
Yeah, that's that was more. Yeah, yep, there. Yeah, it's like it's more north.
Death's Door is still looking mighty inviting.
Yeah. Huh. Well,
Um, yeah. Anyway, so
All right, yeah.
they look like they're headed this direction. You say you want to go around this way
Yep.
and down. Okay.
Meet up here and then straight shot to Vine.
Yep.
Alrighty. Perfect.
When is gonna, I guess, not train up, but get used to the yeah, get comfortable with the sword.
the sword.
Absolutely. All right. So in about a day, someone roll me a d6, please.
Sure. 5. I also want to say, after a bit of sailing, Cal is going to take the opportunity to like hop off the side of the ship and just wash all the spores that are probably on him off.
That's a good idea.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, absolutely. So you make it to. It's getting later at night.
Do I get my short rest?
You do get your short rest.
Okey-doke.
You guys make it to about here. When it kind of gets to 10, 12. About 10 p.m.-ish. More closer to 11 p.m.-ish. Carv still seems hairy. He doesn't seem like he's changing yet.
Carve.
God, I think I'm gonna go sleep. Anyways, I'm pretty tired. Get a rest.
Do we got some chains?
Yeah, bro.
We're gonna have to hope it
I think-
holds.
I think it was just because it was a full moon, guys. I don't think it was an every night thing.
Was it a full moon?
Yes.
It was a full moon that night.
It was.
We don't know the rules yet, so until we know the rules, we're gonna tie you up. Just like tie you to your bed or hammock or whatever. Strap you down.
Sure, as long as I'm comfortable, though. I mean, that'd be
Yeah.
fine.
Levin what Levin will suggest we do is not tie tight, right? Because he grows in size, so we don't want to burst the bonds, right? So just loose ropes, kind of just over the top of him, and then if he were to grow, you just fill up the ropes. So they're not tight, so you should still feel comfortable.
Perfect. Good idea, guys. Good idea, of course.
Is he sleeping in like the
I'm assuming he's sleeping in the captain's quarters because
Oh,
Yeah.
the captain quarters has been for the crew
Oh yeah.
mostly.
Yeah, okay, so I guess
He's gonna try to sleep downstairs. Yeah,
okay.
down by the crystal.
By the way, Joe,
Okay.
okay. How long is our ship? Stern to.
I can
Stern
take
to
a look
yours.
now
We
before
have
we
we have
get
those
some rest.
details, right?
Yeah, I think it's 40 feet.
Okay,
Oh,
that's
that
it.
is
Okay.
totally big enough.
Yeah.
Windrin, if you want to get some rest now, I'm rested up. I can keep watch if you want to, get a power nap in or something.
Yeah, that sounds good. I'll definitely get some rest.
All right. I'll go up to the crow's nest and do my thing.
Correction, it's 65 feet by 15 feet wide.
Okay,
Still,
okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
that's correct. Yeah.
Haas goes down to sleep. Carves down to sleep.
I'm keeping watch.
Yeah, Levin will come back up deck. On deck. Question is, do I spend the spell slots right now to? Do I spend the spell slots right now to get our skeletons up and running?
That is a question only you can answer.
Yeah.
That would speed us up, right? If we had the 10 skeletons back on ours.
Row? Oh yeah.
Okay, I'll do it.
Okay. Sounds good.
To get all 10 back up and running. Third level, fourth level. Let me double check to make sure that I do this right. Okay, yeah, I'll actually.
All right,
So I
perfect.
have two.
Also, if you zoom in on individual islands, sometimes you can also see what's on them a little better if you want. The quality is pretty good on the picture, so
It's a nice map.
it's a great map. All right, so you guys are gonna sail the rest of the way down to the south side. I need someone else to roll a d6 that is awake, please.
I rolled the last one. Are you up right now, 11?
I am. I rolled a 5.
5's all day.
5. All right. You guys make it down there, no problem. But you're a little earlier than you thought because you have a group rowing. So you're about 4 hours earlier than what you thought you'd be. And as you get down here, you don't see Tor currently. But it is also probably, it was 11, 12, 1, 2, 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
How much time has it been since, I guess, yeah, since like when
3 hours
hit
since
the
you've
hay?
fallen
3
asleep.
only? Woo!
Only 3 hours.
Not even, not, that's
4,
not
sorry,
even
4
almost.
hours. 11,
Okay.
12, 1, 2, 3, 4 hours.
Well, I'm just keeping a lookout. I'm watching the shoreline.
Yeah, Win is still going to be asleep.
While he's watching,
Occasionally,
I guess keep a
occasionally
lookout.
you see sands shift a little bit,
Okay.
but nothing on the surface.
So while he's waiting up here, he's just gonna kind of be like practicing with his lightning, trying to like make it into shapes, maybe fire it off a little bit. But other than that,
Okay.
not seeing anything.
Should be 4.
The
And Trem is sleeping as well.
of the fungi. There's a spider on the fungi isle.
Gosh.
It is.
Temple Island. Game Island. You want to play a game?
Okay.
You want to play a game?
Yes. +2, +1.
All right, what are you guys doing?
I have to figure out how many.
Has more time passed?
Nope. No. Oh yes, sorry, yes. More time has passed. You made it to the bottom of the island. It is about 5, 6, 7, 8 in the morning now.
Okay, so that's
We're not seeing anything.
You guys aren't seeing anything yet.
okay.
That was costly.
But again, you made it here a little bit earlier than what you anticipated.
Yeah, we made it here earlier, and our ship's also invisible.
Right.
I'm gonna just like.
Yeah, Levin would suggest maybe for, if Wynn could just, because this is a desert on this side, you guys have to worry about the fungi, trees and stuff. And Wynn, so how do you feel about that, Wynn? Just like flying up above, being visible? I mean, it's dark out, so I assume you can choose to be visible. Maybe like carry a torch or something,
I mean,
just so that she can see that you're around. What?
Yep.
Hold on,
Cal-
it's wait, it's 8 p.m.
AM.
a.m. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's light out.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was
okay. Yeah, so if you just fly around then.
okay.
Cal from the top of the
You have
crow's
to wake
nest.
me up, but sure.
From the top of the crow's nest is every about 5 minutes or so is gonna unleash an eldritch blast into the sky.
All right. Windren, as you're flying,
Uh-huh.
you see at first what looks like two people kind of coming out of the sand and running towards the ship. Let me look at this a second. In about every 6 seconds, it looks like the person that's in front kind of skips. And then another person, and then all of a sudden you start to see the sands really start to come, what look like alive, as you see, what appears to be sharks jumping out of the water. And just as it looks like it's about to grab a person, that image kind of disappears and jumps up ahead of the next person that's 15 feet up ahead and running. Looks like they're keeping up above in front of the sharks as much as they can. They don't look to be in the best of shape, but it looks like they're going to make it in the next 15 minutes to the ship. Yeah.
All right. Do I even have? Okay. I guess I would probably remember. It's Tor, right?
Yeah.
That's the person. Yeah. I would probably, because if I saw her at like on Amazonia Isle or at some point, I'd probably remember.
You guys met them on Lost Isle.
Oh, actually,
and then
yes.
you left them at Amazonia Isle.
Yeah.
I will. Ooh.
As soon as
I do not know what I do not know what I can do, like immediately. But
can we see her running from the
approach.
ship?
You can see her running towards your ship.
Yeah. As soon as like the sharks get within range or whatever, well, what Lebanon might do is cast Silent Image. Let me see the range. I don't know if it is really far enough to make a difference. How far offshore are we?
Again, because it's Fungi Isle, there's a good fungi radius.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say at least 50 yards offshore.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't have enough range to actually. What do you think? The best I can do is send out my familiar. I could summon Barry and have him go ashore and start blasting, but I don't really want to waste a spell slot, to be honest. But I'll send my familiar to like go help as any way you can, to like see if you can distract any of the sharks or whatever. If my familiar indeed it summons. or not?
Roll an Arcana check.
It's Arcana.
Intelligence? Was it intelligence? What did I have last time?
I don't remember what you had me
Every single
roll.
time I had. For right now, roll an Arcana check. That's fine.
Okay. 14 plus 3 plus 11.
Yeah, that works.
Jeez.
What do you have in your familiar do? And Windrin, what are you doing to help?
I'm having my familiar fly in. I'm just giving it its orders because I won't be. It's not close enough to where I can actually like directly take it over. So it's just acting by itself, and I tell it to attempt to distract the sharks as best it can. Yeah.
Yeah, so you see this familiar, fly over top of Tor and just dive the sand and hit the sand really, really hard. As shortly after, woof, shark comes up and grabs the familiar. But it has provided her a lot of time.
Oh, interesting.
As she keeps running then, as they were focused on something that hit really hard on that sand. So, she enters the water and is trying to swim out to you guys.
Oh, okay. Could I kind of give her a...
She's not trying to swim out to you guys. She runs on top of the water.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I was wondering, like...
Yeah. As
Okay.
she makes her way to the boat, covered in some fungus, bioluminescent water. Like,
Keep her distant from
fungus.
everybody else.
Wash off quick before you get on.
Yeah. Get out, away from Fungi Isle, then wash off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leben will use prestidigitation judiciously to make sure that she's actually clear of all spores.
Perfect. As you guys are then headed to Vine Isle.
To Vine
On the
Isle.
way to Vine.
Good dope.
Yep.
Okay. As she makes it on, Trem, is Trem here? As Trem comes up, or is on the side now. Ah, I thought I'd never see you. Those spiders were terrifying. Gotta say.
Odd, actually.
As Tor, if you were a better fighter, wouldn't be a problem. As they both kind of chuckle, give each other a good embrace. Well, it's so great to see you all again.
Likewise.
I have never met either of you, honestly, so hi, Tor.
Yeah,
Name's
that's
Cal.
fair. Well, hello. Where'd you guys pick him up at?
That's a long story.
No. Well, we all headed to Vine Isle then, I see. Great. Awesome.
That's the general idea. We have yet to talk payment for us ferrying you.
Well, our typical run is we add a name, or we can also potentially, if we're persuaded enough, take a name off of the list. Of course.
Well, you know them, Leben. I'm leaving negotiations to you. Going back to the crow's nest.
Okay. I don't. The only person on the list that Leben has any interest in that, like, maybe he wouldn't want them to kill him, is Hint the Farmer. And honestly,
Tell them
yeah, no, I don't think so. I think, let me talk to Windrin for a second.
well, I will say, if also another bargaining chip. Sometimes knowledge is power. So just knowing who wants to kill a person is also good enough for some.
Yeah, That's true. Okay, talking to Win.
Okay.
Okay, hint the farmer. Do you know who that is?
I mean, yes, I
He's a
do
farmer?
recall,
Yeah.
but at the same time, like, Win doesn't care about like
Right.
the city, whatever that city is called on Knowledge Isle.
I think it's just called
I guess,
Knowledge Isle.
I guess maybe it's just Knowledge Isle.
Yeah.
I can fly outside of that city, but anyway.
Right. Lemon was like, yeah, I don't really care too much what happens to Knowledge Isle either. The big thing is that like at least I am allied at this time with the Emperor or with the Empress.
Empress, yeah.
And she is at the very least good friends with Hint, the farmer. Hint the farmer is more than he seems. He's not just a farmer, right? Like he clearly had previous. I think I have specifics somewhere in my notes on like he used to be in government, whatever, and he got out.
He was nobility.
Yeah, he was nobility and he got out of nobility, but it's clear that he still holds a lot of sway. A lot of the other nobility doesn't like him very much, if I remember correctly. I think he is. I think he has something to do with the necromancer's son, that whatever his name is, that
Okay.
dude. Yeah, Barca. I think he has something to do with him. And that whole saga of him becoming a necromancer and leaving Knowledge Isle and stuff, I have a feeling that he's involved there somewhere as well. So I would be. My guess is like the Empress would want him taken off the list, and he probably is a good information source for us. So that's one thing. If we don't go with that, we can talk to them about just paying us money for the transport and stuff.
Yeah,
How do you feel? Do you feel like, are you okay with me asking for him to be taken off, or do you want me to bargain for money?
If I would bargain for money first, but if it's a bit of a drag, then we can just have Hint the farmer, be removed from the list.
Sure. Okay.
But ideally, we can get at least, well, yeah.
Right.
Hopefully, we can get something. Otherwise, we'll have to. Yeah.
Out of curiosity, what's your charisma score?
Mine?
Yeah.
I don't think it's that high.
Is it +1 or is it just flat?
It's just +1.
It is a +1. You're actually better at talking than I am, but Levin will go forward and talk anyway.
My persuasion is 4.
Your persuasion is significantly better. I'm flat across the board on all my charisma.
Yeah, I have. It's +1.
I have big zeros everywhere.
Hard pipes in. I mean, I can always talk to.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I mean, if you
There's
could
different
intimidate
kinds of
someone-
persuasion.
How about this, Winder?
Oh, Ricky's frozen.
It's breaking up.
Ricky's frozen.
He used up all his Riz.
Sounds
Yeah,
like
his
it's
wrist is
Windrid's
over.
turn. Yeah.
Ricky's not back yet. He's still.
I don't know what's going on with Discord because I froze up as well too.
Yeah, I've frozen up once too. It's kind of weird.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh. Oh.
what is going on over there?
I have no clue anymore. I don't know anymore.
I like how Damien still makes it back before Ricky.
Well, that's because I misclicked the button.
You
I
know-
didn't freeze or anything. I just kind of hit the disconnect button on accident.
Oh, I
Tried
see.
to hit. It's right by the soundboard button, so.
I think, yeah. I wonder if the other thing too that because they are assassins, so they would have connections.
Am I back?
That's too good.
You're back.
That's too good.
Yep.
Yeah. So you were saying that maybe I could talk to them. The other thing, I guess, we would mention too. The other thing is that they are. I mean, if they are assassins, they might have a. I mean, they'll have a network of some sort because of all the names that they're getting on the list.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, there is the information aspect.
Smoolies, Discord, come on, Discord, work for me.
There's the information aspect to it too, but yeah, I mean, ideally we just get payment, but if not, then we could maybe
Well, we've
see
met
if they
him.
have.
We can get him off.
Yeah. Yeah, see if they have anything that maybe if they have a guild, if maybe like we could like have their guild do something for us, but that would require traveling a little more probably to wherever that might be. Yeah, I don't see the immediate benefit, of course, of like getting Hint the Farmer's name off the list. It can be useful, but we won't reap the benefits, or yeah, we won't reap the benefits unless we travel back to Knowledge
Not initially,
Isle.
but maybe with the Empress, Levin will.
Right.
We are heading back to Knowledge, I believe, after Vine Isle. So I think that was the route we were choosing. So we're hitting Vine up, then we're hitting Knowledge up, and then we're going out to Yin Yang. Was the plan.
Yeah.
Going out in that direction.
Well,
Maybe
you
not all
guys-
the way
what's
to Yin
your-
Yang, but
What's your decision?
We'll.
Okay. Are we just bargaining for Hint? Or
If that's going to be easier, we'll just bargain for Hint.
okay. We want Hint
Yeah.
off the list, and we want to know who wants him on, and we want to know who wants to kill him.
Okay. Guy thinks a little bit. That's a pricey one.
Well, we just saved your bacon, and saved your sister. So, as far as I'm concerned, you owe us both your lives.
Whoa. This is exactly why we left in Amazonia. You guys are so abrasive. Okay. Grand Duke Tennyson
As I thought.
is who wanted Hint gone, but
Yep.
that being said, I do believe that it was actually stemming from the Marquis, Charles Adele.
So Grand Duke
That's what-
Temison, and then
Garnered from that they were in cahoots to take out Hint. Now, we only dealt with Frederick, of course. But just when we picked up in conversation, Charles also, we believe, to be involved. Or at least, that's what we gather from it.
Grand Duke. So we got Grand Duke Temison and Marquis. What's the name?
Charles Dell.
Charles Adele.
Adele.
Now, you guys know about Hint, right?
We'd love any information you'd be willing to give.
Of
We
course.
know a bit.
Of course, since this is the fee. So Hint used to be a noble. In fact, he was pretty high up. His family was high up. But his family was very outspoken about what they thought. And they were killed. Hint didn't want to be a part of that anymore. Now Hint, who at the time was young Hint, was close to young Empress, who what seemed like would be a match made, eventually being two voices in the court. But when Hint gave it all up, essentially he left the Empress without another voice. And now she wasn't Empress at the time, of course. Her brother was going to be the Emperor, but left his post, which made her the Empress. So not only that, but she really lost a voice amongst the nobles when Hint decided to leave. Now, Hint still holds a lot of sway as he owns all of the farmland from the riches he gathered from selling his seat, which were bought by the Viscount and Viscountess, which happened to be vampires, into the nobility courts.
Do we know that?
Nonetheless,
Viscount,
That was just
Viscountess, or
shrink back.
We.
they were at the vampire hideout, at least.
Yeah.
okay.
Now, does Hint have the strength to back him if there was a battle? No, I don't think he could ever. But I think in her heart, the Empress would protect him if she knew that they were going to do anything to Hint. So of course, they come to the assassins to get things done. Now, I do think, as far as knowledge idle goes, losing Hint would be a drastic change for the local
Yeah.
economy. But if you want to take control over the Empress, you take the person that she listens to most. So,
Uh-huh.
at least that's what I think that their goal is. But we don't really care about that stuff. As long as they pay.
Yeah, there's probably. Yeah.
But
there's
if you
probably
want him
something
off
else
the
there.
list, we can take him off the list for you. Consider it done. For passage to Vine Isle.
Fair is fair. Sounds great. Passage to Vine Isle, and we're gonna help you kill Gaius, I think, as well.
Oh.
We should probably mention, before we do the killing, currently,
yes.
one of our captain at the moment has a curse on him. Turns into a werewolf at night. It's real bad. The curse was placed on him by Gaius. And we're under a deal to bring her some mushrooms. Then she'll remove the curse. After that, though...
Cat mushrooms, of course.
Yes, we have the mushrooms. After that, we plan on getting rid of her anyway.
Another one of our fellow members also.
Another one of our
Probably
members who's
has.
no longer with us was marked by Gaius.
Yeah. So he probably
Yeah, I
also
realized
has a
that,
curse or something.
Question about your fellow member. Does he have a brother?
Yes? I believe he does.
I do not know.
I think he mentioned that he has a
it
brother.
once.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I must say,
This is a
after seeing
long
the
time
two of
ago
them,
he
they
mentioned
both
it.
look a lot alike.
Who's his brother? If you don't mind. I mean, I don't. If you want to tell.
Well, since we're all friends, here, she kind of chuckles. I must say, Trin didn't seem to trust you very much. As she looks at you, Lemon. But I'll tell you anyways. Trin's no longer here. Andrical, the dragon of the Dragonborn pirates, looks an awfully lot like your past crew member.
Wow.
What is his name?
Fenrit's brother. Is that the admiral of the Dragonborn?
Nope. Just a crew
Okay.
member.
Just a group member. Okay.
But that's neither here nor there. As you guys are kind of talking, all of a sudden, who's up in the the top. Cal, you're up there. You see land really directly right in front of you guys.
Whoa, 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 whoa,
Like-
whoa,
like-
whoa, whoa,
oh,
land ho,
rocks,
land ho,
man.
stop the ship.
Sorry, quickly,
Stop.
you guys, your team, your crew is trying to pull the sails down and slow everything down as you come to a familiar island.
What?
Well,
Pops up in front of
Well, darn.
what the heck is this place?
you. That
Lebin
being
checks
said,
his- Lebin checks
I
his
also
pocket.
have an updated map for you on this place, too.
What the heck is that thing in the water? Oh,
Fish.
okay.
Oh,
Whoa.
gosh.
Is that actually something in the top corner there?
Is it normal for an island to appear out of nowhere?
Normal for this island.
It's,
What do you mean this island?
It's not
Guys.
normal.
You guys again almost crash right into it as you find yourself on the north side of said island.
Okay.
Well,
There's no storm this time, so that's good. Can Levin check his pocket? Is the crystal still there?
You can check your pocket. Now the crystal that was once in the right pocket of yours, you put it in your left this time. So it's there. Just on the left side.
Okay. Okay. Levin will pull it out. Look at it quick. Is it pulsing? Does it look any different? Magically, is it any different? Is it same as
No,
always?
it's like that same old crystal. If you want to roll an Arcana check, though.
I do. I want to see what this thing is. What's happening here? Oh boy, I got a 31.
Whoa! Yikes!
How do
You get a
know?
sense that the reason this island showed up is because the crystal was pulsating.
Yeah.
And almost like it was just calling the island. It hadn't been near it, maybe. You don't exactly know why.
Hmm.
But yeah,
Hmm.
you get a sense like, oh, the pulsating, a day and a half later, the island shows up, and we get to deeper water. This makes sense.
So we can use the
Why
crystal to
does it
summon an
make
island.
sense?
Yeah, I was gonna say we can use this as a personal island. I'm kind of down for this. There is a wyvern on this island though. Just FYI. So
What?
That sounds fightable.
When
Right.
is like there is?
I saw. It's kind of in a weird.
Again, you can zoom in on this map, and there's more images that'll show up.
Oh, yeah, there's a windmill. There's a shipwreck. I mean, there's a bear claw. I don't know what those things are. Those cows, pigs.
Got some ruins, shipwreck.
Some blueberries or something?
Yeah.
Oh wait, those are like are those
Got a cave over here.
lizard people, folk or something? over there?
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
got
Lemon,
like,
you
some
telling
kind of
them?
structure over here.
Well, let's see. I've been to the windmill. I've been to the ruins, I think. Do I remember where where the crystal was on the island? Right there? Yeah. Okay.
See that large picture of a green crystal in the middle?
Oh, I see. I was thinking that was a
Yeah.
tree. I'm sorry.
It does
Yep,
kind of
okay.
look like a tree.
Okay.
But...
So
Ha.
are we getting off?
Well, hang on just a second. First, let me write this all down. So, crystal pulsated. Day and a half later in deep water, and a
I guess I could check.
water.
How big is this island?
It's smaller. It would take very similar to the size of one.
Is it 5 miles
it would be a 2-day travel across from left to right in about a day
Yeah.
and a little bit of time to go top to bottom.
Okay, so it's not. Okay, so it's okay.
Okay. Leben.
If you remember, you were down here last time. This is what you
Yes,
guys
right.
did.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
being in the south.
Good.
Right, what Leben would like to try to do is using the his magical abilities, so primarily detect magic and identify, and his arcane knowledge. And if this takes, if he needs to pump a little bit of magical power into this, he would. He wants to determine if. So clearly the crystal is connected. I already know that the crystal is connected to the island, right? And that the crystal
You
pulsates
have
in
a
the
pretty
island.
strong feeling
Yeah.
that
Yeah. I would like to magically. I want to see if I can if I can tap into that connection between the two to see if I could perhaps make it send the signal when I wanted it to.
yeah. A couple things here. First, the Band of Blades see this island and hear you guys talk about it, and they're like, we are not stepping foot on that island again.
Yeah.
We were stuck on this island for so long.
That's so.
And then you're gonna try to pump in to see if you can send to the island specifically is what you're trying to do.
Well, not right now. It's mostly right now. He's just trying to get a feel for that connection. Like, does he
Explain
think
to me
he could,
how you're trying to get that feel. What are you doing to connect to the island?
Okay.
Talk me through what Leben. Are you reaching out with your hand? Are you going down kissing the sand and pulling the crystal? Like, what are you doing?
Right. Okay. Okay. Clearly, there is a link between the crystal and the island. Mostly what he's doing right now is examining the crystal and its magical properties, if it has any runes on it, etc.
Yeah.
And analyzing the magic that is coming off of the crystal to determine how it is connected to the island. Like what magical, if there's like a magical, quote unquote, like magical string between it and the island.
Yeah.
And if he can find the magical string between it and the island, he wants to be able to see if he can mess with that string in any way.
Perfect. Are you casting detect magic?
Yes. Yeah. Oh yeah. Technically, detect magic. If I need to, I'll cast identify as well.
Sure thing. So what you're kind of seeing is while you're closer to it, that evocation that was very strong at one time seems to be the less of all of it. It seems that you're wherever it wanted to be called to or calling for, you're there, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
So it seems to be suppressed the most. The biggest thing that you see currently is mostly like Thor, get down. You see mostly illusionary. So it's not necessarily illusionary. I don't think illusionary would be the right one. Obviously, the island appeared out of nowhere, and
conjuration.
Yes, that's what I meant. Yep. Conjuration is mostly the strongest magic you're seeing. And roll an Arcana check for me. DC is gonna be decently high, but roll an Arcana check with advantage. You have the crystal in your hand.
Wow. Hold on. 34.
Okay, DC was 30. So you do feel that the crystal almost it's almost asking to be brought into the island. Like it's like, hey, I'm connected. I want. There's no place like home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But you also get a sense, like it's not saying take me back. You don't get a sense of like dangerous.
Right.
It's more like,
It-
hey, this is
Right.
home,
Right.
right? And you get a sense that if you figured out how, you could probably call this island in the future.
Yeah.
If you could,
Right.
but you don't know
It takes-
exactly how that works.
Right. It takes some more doing.
Yeah.
But there's potential there for that.
Yeah.
That's mostly what I wanted to figure out is okay.
And then a couple things just to note as far as memory. What happens when the island disappears is anything on that island or in the surrounding vicinity, okay? So I want you to pay attention to the map you were just on, back here, in the surrounding vicinity of it, okay? And the map you are now on in the surrounding vicinity of this. Anytime that the island would disappear, anything in this box disappears until the island returns. And not disappears like dies, just is stuck in this area. So like you guys know, the Band of Blades were stuck on the island.
Mm-hmm.
We're stuck there until you guys found it. So should you, Levin, figure out how to push the island away,
Mm-hmm.
if Windrin was on this island.
Yeah.
Windrin's on this island.
Right. In some ways, it's a demi-plane.
Yep.
Like it's acting like its own.
Yeah.
That then interacts and appears to the real world.
Now, that being said, while the island is up and active, other ships,
Mhm.
other creatures, anything near in a vicinity
Right.
could
Can
be coming
see it
in.
and
Yep.
interact with it. Right.
Yep. And then once it goes back, you guys might not, but all those people then are going to make that island, for the time being, their place. They're going to stay on the island until,
Right.
or sail around it, trying to figure out.
Hmm.
So,
Wow.
typically on a map, as you notice, there are resources are typically posted. So, kind of food sources, shipwrecks, you guys kind of know about. Animals on there. Levin knows there's fields nearby that windmill. It was a working
Yeah.
windmill. So it does look like there is resources near Lost Island. And Band of Blades would tell you there's a lot of boar on this island that are kind of ransacking some of this island, kind of going through and rooting up trees and killing things too.
Well, we're still kind of well, we're not depleted, right? Because we took some food and stuff from the other guys, so we're doing okay resource-wise right now.
You're doing all right.
Yeah. And we still have. Well, we used the sheep for. We still have live sheep, right?
Yep.
Yeah. We're pretty full on the ship right now, so.
I mean, you could let some sheep off if you want.
That's true. Levenhurd's the leb. If how many sheep do we have? We probably should have. You have 3?
Yep. I think you
We
have
let
3.
these-
I could be wrong. I think you have 3.
Yeah. If we left these sheep off here, would they be able to procreate and create a herd?
Of course. We have a male and 2 female. Of course. That's why we grabbed them.
Do we want a herd of sheep on Lost Isle, that island that we could potentially summon whenever we want?
Well, where would I stay?
On the ship?
Oh. So no one's gonna shepherd the sheep?
No. Would they survive?
Are there any dangers on the island?
Yeah.
Then no. They'd probably die. All good sheep need a good shepherd.
I mean, do you want to stay on an island that teleports around and you never really know who's going to show up?
Well, it beats working for the Cyclops. Kind of chuckled. Again, you guys know this island, right? So I'm be safe. I mean, you said there are dangers, but I mean, I'm not a fighter.
Yeah.
One of the Red Faction crew members. I mean, if someone needs to stay, I can stay to protect him.
We don't have to have somebody stuck on the island. It's just I'm just floating ideas around. Okay.
Are you
Well, I
okay
mean-
after getting caught by the spider? Are you like depressed or something? Or...
I just missed the big ship. We used to be more powerful.
Wait, what happened to the Red Faction?
Our big ship was lost.
The one they had.
How did it get lost? What happened?
We left it on Amazonia Isle.
Oh, that I wasn't there. I heard
You weren't
about
there,
that.
yeah.
This fairy told me you guys were like incredibly stupid or something.
What?
Oh,
No,
don't mention it.
We thought that. Well, they weren't using their crystal. We thought. And so we were a scouting party to see what that was all about, and turns out they do, or they don't, but it's a sacred area, you're not supposed to go in, it's just a long story. And they weren't very happy, we lost a lot of troops. And
Yeah. Okay. This is what Leban's thinking. Group, tell me if this is crazy, thoughts, etc. Here's the deal. We don't really have time for this right now.
No, we don't.
just but we need to keep moving.
We could hit up Vine, summon the island after Vine.
Well, I'm not sure if I can do that
I'm
yet.
saying if we manage to do it.
Yeah. But what I am saying, I'm thinking along the same lines. If I do figure out how to summon this island, give me like here's the deal. At Vine, after we deal with Got S, after we deal with Got S, Lebanon wants to spend like straight up a week because then we don't have a timetable. Lebanon wants to spend like a week on Vine Isle, magically retrofitting the ship, and studying stuff as well. After that, if I can summon the island, I can spend another couple of days on the island. And with a couple of days, Lebanon can probably build a significant fortification on Lost Isle, such that if people wanted to stay on Lost Isle,
I'm thinking if we can potentially make this island essentially our permanent base of operations.
that's kind of what
would
I'm.
be a nice place to lay our heads down, where we don't have to,
Right.
where we're literally cut off from the rest of the outside world.
I also, I mean, again, with a couple of days, I have the capability of building a fair bit of fortification.
Also,
I mean,
this is just something I was thinking of, but the island is capable of appearing where this crystal is, right? Would it be possible to use the crystal to send the island somewhere else? Also, Ricky's frozen, so okay.
That is a good question.
Somewhere else, you have not a clue.
If we do want to use this as a base of operations, or as a place where we can kind of like come back to as yeah, then we would want to start trying to
Yeah, Ricky's
create
frozen.
that.
Carv chimes in. Guys, listen. Okay, here's what I'm thinking. We grow some tobacco. Okay,
We
make
could.
big cigars.
You know,
All right.
we start our good old plantation empire on this island. You know.
We could. Tropico?
We
Let's
have
go.
We have resources. This could be
Yeah, I can see it
our
again, Ricky.
pirating home here.
Yeah.
Does anyone know how to farm?
It's frozen again. I learned a little bit of farming in my time, but I mostly kind of patrolled mountains, researched, and hunted down undead creatures. We did some gardening up there, though.
We
That's
have
about
wind
it.
go through the island, kill any monsters, right? That's the start. Kill anything that is predatory. Then we gotta grow our sheep. Anytime we go anywhere and get resources, bring it back, plant it, grow it. Seems like we...
Yeah, we... Oh, man.
Did Joe freeze?
No.
No, okay.
That sounds like a good idea, but...
We need money
Oh,
to start
only at
that
Fenwick
idea.
Yeah.
he can start his Thieves Guild operations out of this island.
Yeah, potentially too. This definitely sounds like something that, well, if we can
lots of
summon
potential.
this, if we can summon it back, it would work really well after Vinile.
Yeah.
Levin, are you sure you don't know how to summon this island? You did it now.
I mean, it did it by itself,
Oh.
but I was able to take a look at it. I have an inkling on the direction and on what things I need to study and stuff, so I can do it more consistently. But
Interesting.
for now, let's get
How
around
did you
it.
say you got the crystal again, Levin?
Who's asking?
Carve.
Did I tell them? I feel like I said something.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
When
Who
did
all
you
was,
know how he got it?
I don't recall.
Yeah.
who
there you
all
go.
who all was around?
The whole
The
crew was around.
everybody is? Okay. Yeah. That will kind of just be,
I mean, you guys could do a sidebar for sure.
yeah. Sure. I mean, that would could pull people, pull the Prism core aside.
You gotta do it. You gotta do it. Come on, Levin. Come on.
You guys want to freeze that way?
Yeah, no kidding. We'll pull the group aside and said, basically, I went on a vision, half vision, half real. I'm not sure exactly what all was what. Trek with what's Trin? Trin, yeah, Trin. With Trin, and we worked together to get to the crystal at the center of this isle when last we were here, and we did a little bit of a contest, during which a dark god appeared. They gave a challenge between Trin and I. Basically, wanted us to kill each other. We didn't kill each other. We worked together. Then the god started to kill Trin. And I did not intervene in a significant way. I objected, but I did not attack the god. And after the god killed Trin, apparently I won the contest because I woke up back on the shore with the rest of you, with the crystal in my pocket. I think it had something to do with the fact that from one point of view, somebody could argue that I betrayed Trin. From my point of view, I played it smart. I didn't attack a god. I still advocated for her life. But regardless, she survived. I survived.
Well, she's dead.
I got
now.
the crystal.
No, she's
Well, she's dead now, but that's not my fault.
Or is it?
okay.
Well,
I
she
guess
died
I
on.
don't know dealings with gods. Well, I guess I do know a little bit of dealing with gods.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Hmm.
You understand. They're mysterious. I don't really get it.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Yeah. So she died on Amazonia.
Although we
according to the
died.
rest of them.
But okay, yeah.
Yeah. So I just. That's how I got the crystal.
All right. So okay. Interesting.
Yeah. So there's probably a dark god in control of the island. So we probably have to maybe. I don't know. I don't know if we have to. How much we'd have to interact with her if we use the island more consistently.
Well, even if they do get involved, it just seems like something we'll have to kill eventually.
You know. Yeah. But fighting a god is probably a little bit above our pay grade at the moment.
Well, you've heard stories across the ocean. Someone managed to kill one.
Don't tell that to Pebble.
That's right. That's a good point.
Yeah. So
All we
interesting.
gotta do is like get up on top of them and punch their lights out. It's that easy.
Yeah, someone needs to
I'm
cast
pretty good.
fly on you and
Yeah,
get up
I'm
there.
pretty good at the punching part. If someone can get me up there.
Yeah, we might need to do a little more than that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Regardless.
I'm changing race to Goliath.
Yeah. For now, at least, something good to know for the future, and I'll think about it more. But for now, I think we're just sailing around and continuing on to because we don't have time.
Sounds good. Oh, well, this is where we'll end
Okay.
tonight's session, and we will pick up with everybody next time.
I will have this one recorded, and I will post it for the people that missed it.
Yeah, this would definitely be a session that I'd watch on 2x speed as well. The freezing and
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no clue. Yeah, that's weird.
You guys
no,
are good.
this is a good.
No, it
Yeah.
was Ricky constantly freezing, is what it was.
Yeah.
Oh, is
Yeah.
Joe frozen right now?
Yeah.
Oh, no,
No,
he's not.
no, he's back.
He was
Okay.
just holding incredibly still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
just looking at the stuff I have planned for you guys next session. So,
Yeah.
all right. Well,
Oh yeah.
At some point, when I have time, which apparently is supposed to happen in people's lives or something, I need to write up an explanation for the group so I don't have to explain it in the middle of a session as to what is going on with. Is it Amazonia Isle? I think it's Amazonia Isle, right? That you want me to
Correct.
avoid.
We're
Yeah,
not going there.
right. That one person wants to avoid and that I want to go to.
I
So
mean,
I at some
Windows
point
like
I need.
Need to go there.
I think Cal and Windrin do not want you to go there. I think it's two people.
Wait, Windrin doesn't want to go to there either.
We've got.
Well,
Windrin just wants to get.
Okay, I'm gonna stop the session here. Stop recording.